Greetings, YouTube. On the way home this morning, I was listening to NPR, and they did a piece on the underinsured in America. 1 out of 10 Americans are underinsured. These are people who have health care insurance, but the health care insurance they have has holes in it. Now, they'll be linking to a story that talks about a married couple and their children, but the piece they were talking to on the radio this morning was a different couple. A married couple, both full-time jobs. They're covered by the wife's plan. Then one day the company has a meeting and they tell them then that instead of having 3 separate insurance policies to choose from, they will now only have one option, and this particular option has no prescription drugs. And the woman in the piece is on said that during the meeting she just broke down and cried. She had to leave. When she was 10, she had a liver transplant, and she has to take 2 pills every day. These pills prevent her body from rejecting the liver she carries. These pills keep her alive. And suddenly, she would no longer have coverage for those pills. Those pills cost $1,000 a month. So she was able to scramble around and find a charity that was able to help her, at least on the short term. But that's going to run out. In the meantime, she had to find a way to cover the $300 a month blood test that she has to have that keeps track of, are the pills doing their job? Is her liver beginning to get rejected? That sort of a thing. So she and her husband had to strip everything out of their lives except the bare minimum survival so that she could stay alive. Now remember, this is the most powerful nation on the planet. Quite possibly the most powerful nation that's ever existed. And this is a woman who has health insurance in America. And yet, she's being put through hell because the healthcare in America is for profit, and an unethical and utterly immoral stance. Now this has impacted me very tangentially. Fortunately, it hasn't nailed me in the pocketbook yet, but it almost did. Recently, my wife got a prescription for migraines. She gets them not on a consistent basis, but fairly often. And her doctor issued her a prescription for a prescription of 20 pills. That's enough to cover her for the next year, which is fine. That's how long the pills are good for. And when we went to buy them, we were told that they were $641. Now, we can't afford $641. However, the system had screwed up and had not applied the fact that she has health insurance. Her health insurance is from her company. My health insurance is from my company. So they refigured the cost of the migraine medication, and it came out to $41. So we paid the $41, $2, 20 pills, $2 a piece. They make a migraine go away. Yeah, well worth your time. But what if her insurance hadn't covered that? We would have had to make the decision. Does my wife buy the medication, which we would have to go into debt for, we'd have to put on a credit card, or does she skip it and then have to miss work when she gets a migraine? Because that's how bad her migraines get. Where would we be? And we're both covered by insurance. So you see the problem. The problem is that for-profit healthcare is immoral. It should be illegal. We should have a single-payer healthcare system in America. But for some reason, I've never been able to fathom, conservatives fight that tooth and nail. Even though it would save Americans billions of dollars. And even though it would cover all of us. So it would cover everyone. Our current system only covers 85% of the population. And it would save us billions of dollars in the process. Which, in my book, makes it a win-win. But not to the conservatives, no. To the conservatives, that's a loss. And that sickens me. So, if you'd like to, go read the article. It talks about another family that has been put through hell because there are holes in their health insurance. Because remember, the most powerful nation on earth has some of the crappiest health care you could possibly imagine.